The following is meant for entertainment and educational purposes. It is not meant to establish a doctor-patient relationship. Please consult your mental health provider for your mental health needs. Hello, welcome to Chez Eric, where we talk about psychiatry and religion with a focus on how to apply it to your life. My name is Dr. Eric. I am a psychiatrist who happens to be religious, and we're going through the William James series, and we are on Varieties of Religious Experience, lecture 19, talking about other characteristics, and this is part 2. Last time we talked about aesthetics, sacrifice, and confession. And today we'll be talking about prayer, and prayer is a really big topic. Prayer is a rather controversial issue. What does it consist of? Do you pray for a pony? Do you pray for health, wealth, and prosperity? What is the appropriate way to pray? James points this out by kind of referring to what we call prayers for better weather and recovery of sick people. And he says, sick people are sick because of medical reasons. Prayer can help for some people in that area. But when it comes to weather, you're not going to stop a rain cloud from happening with your moral appeal. It doesn't seem to stop the hurricanes and rain cloud, it just happens. James says that this type of petitional prayer, praying for something, is only one type of prayer, and he has problems with it. However, he would like to widen the idea of prayer to a meaning of an inward communication or conversation with the divine being. And prayer in this wider sense, James says, is the soul and essence of religion. He cites a French theologian that says the prayer is a voluntary relation entered by the soul to a mysterious power. It is religion in act. It is a real religion. It is the action that distinguishes religion from a merely moral action, belief, or emotion. If prayer is lacking, there's no religion, and it is why natural religion is not the proper religion, because there's no prayer. So what does he mean by this? Well, this French theologian is basically saying praying is the thing that we do in religion, and it is what distinguishes religion from all the other things. And, if without prayer, it's not really religion. If you just believe in, say, Mother Earth, but you don't pray to Mother Earth and ask for it and communicate with it in some way, then you're just allowing it to exist, and it is what it is. But it's not religion. It's just quite simply a belief. When it comes to the religious phenomenon, interaction with God is everywhere, right? And this interaction is active and it's mutual. God interacts with you and you interact with God. And the wider meaning of prayer is that something is transacting between you and God. However, materialists and atheists would say, this is rooted in delusion. This doesn't really exist. People have believed in this, and they believe it's creating a divine cause. But it's pleasing to those who are religious that they're doing, but they're just spectators in play. They're just watching things unfold and just praying along the way, and things just do what they do, and they're just watching it. However, William James says that with experimental religion, with the science of religion, you're not actually just watching things happen and just praying along the way. You're an actual actor in reality. That you're testing reality all the time through prayer. That when you interact with God with prayer and you gain those religious experiences and those mystical experiences, you are getting hypotheses to be able to test whether or not it's bringing fruit to your life, whether it's making your life a better one worth living. And you're constantly readjusting and adjusting to achieve that goal of unity with God because it brings these wonderful saintly fruits. That's what William James is trying to say. So it seems like the genuineness of religion asks the question whether or not the prayer or the interaction is authentic or just a delusion, right? But the belief that something genuinely transacted between you and God in prayer is the core belief of religion. Now, different religions are going to differ on what that interaction looks like or what the transaction was about. But the interaction of prayer is subjective. And ultimately, it changes the mind of the one that's praying. And you could, you can criticize saying, prayer is ineffective, but ultimately you have to admit that there is some very genuine change inside the person that is praying. It might not be the change that you're looking for, it might not be the change that you want, but it's certainly a true change that happens when people pray. They do have this religious experience and they have a change in their life which results in a change in their behavior. William James goes through some examples. He points out how prayer can be like a beggar, begging for a prayerful life, and that there is a persistent leaning into God for support and guidance. And that support and guidance, when it comes, brings a proof that there's a presence of God. And it's not always about, God bringing something to you, but rather you're cultivating a constant connection with God. And with this constant communication with God in prayer, you find that the energy from above meets the needs in this world and becomes effective in this world. And as long as this effectiveness is real to you or to whoever that we're asking about, it really makes no difference whether objectively it actually happened. It's the subjective experience of the actual person. And that's the fundamental point of prayer, to be an active and spiritual work towards God. So that's the nature of prayer as it relates to religion that he never really got to fit into the other lectures. What are your thoughts? Do you pray? Do you find that prayer is this communion with God? Do you feel close to God? Do you not feel close to God? Have you prayed and nothing happened? Let me know your thoughts below, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hey, sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send out emails every week on psychiatry and religion. I realize that email is a great way to go deep into these topics. So if you want more content, check out chesericpurl.com and subscribe over there. Thanks.